They unbanned High Tide and Pauper, and my goal is to break it. This video is proudly sponsored by Card Market. This is Pauper High Tide combo, and I'm thrilled to be playing it for you today because it was just unbanned today. I'm recording this Monday, March 31st, hours after the ban announcement went live. And if you're interested, I recorded my initial thoughts. You can find those in the card above. This is going to debut on Friday. So, a few days later after that initial announcement. I do have a vintage video to get out on Wednesday that you can also go check out, featuring a now banned card in Modern, Underworld Breach. So definitely go do that. And in the beginning of that video that I recorded, the initial live reaction, I mentioned how I'm sick. Basically, I just have a sore throat, congestion, that sort of thing. So if I cough today, I'm going to try to edit it out, but if I can't, please forgive me. I'm doing my best here. I just want to record this sweet, sweet combo deck for you today. So the idea here is that we have High Tide, this powerful 1-mana blue instant that says whenever an island is tapped this turn, it taps for an additional blue mana. Okay, well that's pretty sweet. And then we would like to pair it with arcane spells like Ideas Unbound or Peer Through Depths. Well, how are we pairing High Tide with arcane spells? That doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Well, the card Psychic Puppetry, that's the real juice worth the squeeze here. So it's a 2-mana instant that you can splice onto arcane, so you can attach it to arcane spells, and then you can tap or untap another permanent, similar to the card Twiddle. That's how this deck gets its name, Twiddle Storm. You might be familiar with that one. It used to be a deck that would play 4-mana enchantments that you would put onto lands. We're no longer doing that because we have High Tide. So you want islands that tap for more than 1 blue mana, and then you would like to untap those lands using Psychic Puppetry. Ideally, you would want 2 copies of High Tide, because then you could play Ideas Unbound untapping 1 island, and it would always be a break even. So ideally, double High Tide. So you have Ponder, Preordain, and Merchant Scroll to find your High Tide. So you have a lot of consistency. And in my gold fishing of this deck, that's been all you need. I've been able to find double High Tide somewhat frequently. And then from there, you play arcane spells to accrue value. Something that I wasn't a big believer in until I tried it was Archaeomancer. So I like Archaeomancer because it allows you to play 4 main deck Snap, giving you targets. So what if you face a deck that just doesn't give you creatures to bounce? That's always a problem with Snap. But by playing Archaeomancer, you gain creatures to bounce, and it creates mana with High Tide. And then on top of that, it creates consistency, getting back your Ideas Unbound or Peer Through Depths. So I wasn't a huge believer, and then I tried it, and now I am a believer. I think 4 is probably too many, but 3 felt good in my initial run. And then today we're playing 2 copies of Ghostly Flicker. So this is a card that you might be familiar from with the Tron deck in Pauper, because you can flicker your Chaomancer, get back Ghostly Flicker, and then an island. Okay, well, that seems pretty good too. But after you've played High Tide, Ghostly Flicker is actually just another Twiddle effect. You can flicker 2 islands and make 1 blue mana, so it acts as a Twiddle effect too. So it's good with the Archaeomancer package, and it just makes mana. So this card being versatile helps out a lot here. So I like Ghostly Flicker, I like the snaps, I like Archaeomancer. A big level up for this deck is now that you have Lorien revealed, allows you to run 14 islands, so that way you're not flooding, and it's a draw spell mid-combo. We love these things. So that is how the deck works. You also have Muddled Mixture as protection, but also a way to find your Psychic Puppetries, your Merchant Scrolls, Ideas Unbound, those sort of things. In the sideboard, we have Dispel for blue decks. Same thing with the Giga Draws. The idea here is that you want to tap down the opponent's islands, untap and win. Hydroblast for those red decks. 1 Echoing Truth as a random bounce spell. I don't even know what you would want it for, to be honest, but I figured having 1 bounce spell could not hurt. So it was brought up to me that now that you're playing Archaeomancer, you care about Nile Spellbomb. Sort of, I guess. You could just tap the Nile Spellbomb with Psychic Puppetry and force them to use it, or you lose it. So I don't think you actually need Echoing Truth for things like that. But I figured having 1 bounce spell couldn't hurt in the 75. And then 3 more copies of Deep Analysis. This is a card you want to board in against decks with Refurbish Familiar, so that way you're not going down on cards. And I think that makes a lot of sense to me. That is the deck tech. Let me know what you think of it in the comment section down below. I would love to hear from you. But for now, we're going to hop on in and play some Pauper Magic the Gathering. I'll see you in round number 1. Don't go anywhere. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. You can also show your support by becoming a member of this channel. You get sweet perks such as badges, emotes, early access to videos, exclusive members only content, and access to our members Discord section. As you increase the tiers, there are other rewards such as shop discounts, cyborg guides, and even free donation decks. Click the join button down below to find out more. We also have other ways you can support us, like theepicstorm.com/shop or submitting a donation deck via theepicstorm.com/donation decks. That's enough for now. Let's play some Magic. Welcome to match number 1. We are on the play with Pauper Twiddle Storm. Keep. Alright, so ideally we don't draw any more islands. We're only a 14 land deck, but we have one High Tide, we have Ponder. So we'd like to find another High Tide and then Psychic Puppetry, and then we're off to the races. This deck is not a particularly fast deck, I would like to say that. Most of my wins have been turn 4, turn 5. It's not super fast. You can win on turn 3, but I don't know why you would push it if you don't have to. So I think that's probably a good space for Pauper, is having access to a combo deck that can exist without being over the line. Because my issue is that people are like, oh, I don't like losing a combo. Yeah, well, I don't like losing to mono red on turn 3. But the reality is, if it's not too far over the line, it should be allowed to exist. And it looks like our opponent kept now Spellbomb because of who I am. I'm glad it's not going to be relevant here. And I just think that combos should be allowed to exist. And High Tide is within the realm of being fair to me, because it's not a super fast deck. And that's my big hang up. We're going to transmute the metal in the mixture. We're going to go grab the Psychic Puppetry here. And now we're just one High Tide away from victory. You could even try next turn with just the one High Tide. But if we're not under a lot of pressure, I don't know why we would. Like, a High Tide combo deck being a turn 4/5 combo deck, I think is within the realm of fair. They played a Mirror Enforcer. We drew a Stream of Thought, not really a card I want here. So I think I'm going to start by playing Ponder. Let's see what our cards are. And we found another High Tide. I think we're going for it. Alright, so we found the High Tide. And now I can play High Tide. So now our islands tap for 2. We'll play another High Tide. Now they tap for 3. And I'm going to Ideas Unbound, splicing Psychic Puppetry. So this will untap the island, and then we'll draw 3. Yes. Okay. And now I will Ideas Unbound, splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes. I still have one blue floating. I'm going to play another High Tide. And let's Ideas Unbound again. Splice the Psychic Puppetry. We found Snap. That was very good. We'll bounce the Mirror Enforcer. Make some more mana here. Untap, untap. Okay, so we have a bunch of mana. The problem is we have 3 Ideas Unbound in the graveyard. So those are cards I would like to return with the Archaeomancer, but probably not going to be able to. So our islands tap for 4. I'm going to Ponder, I think. Let's look at my top cards. I'm going to shuffle. Maybe I shouldn't. We'll keep it, I guess. I don't think mana's the choke point, so I will grab a Merchant Scroll, grab Peer Through Depths, and now we will Peer Through Depths, splice the Psychic Puppetry, untap an island. So this actually makes 1 mana because our islands tap for 4. We lost 1 mana on the Merchant Scroll, so minus 1 mana total. I can take the Ideas Unbound. This is the last Ideas Unbound in the deck. Now we'll tap. I would have liked to have drawn another Psychic Puppetry by now, but it's okay. Okay, so we didn't find another Puppetry. What to do, what to do. I'm going to preordain, I think. 31 cards left. There's another Puppetry, but it might be too late. I'll Merchant Scroll. Go grab a Peer Through Depths. And now we will splice and then tap the Nile Spellbomb. So they have to use the Nile Spellbomb, and they didn't. So I think we're going to easily win this now. Yes, yes. And they didn't use the Nile Spellbomb, so I get to now double Psychic Puppetry works a lot better. So in the old builds of this deck that won using an enchantment, you couldn't double splice for value. You can now. And another Psychic Puppetry is very good here. So yeah, I mean, we're just going to go bananas. Because you couldn't untap the same permanent multiple times with Psychic Puppetry, but because now you have a bunch of islands, you can use triple Puppetry to untap 3 lands every time you cast an arcane spell, which is just very different. So I'm going to play the Archaeomancer. We'll get back Ideas Unbound. And now we're going to splice Psychic Puppetries. Yes. Untap, untap, untap. I'm going to move this other Psychic Puppetry down here so that they're all next to each other. Okay. And we're down to 24 cards. I'm going to Stream of Thought targeting them. We'll return Ideas Unbound, Ideas Unbound, Ideas Unbound, and 1 Peer. I still have 1 more Stream of Thought in the deck to win with. We'll preordain. I guess we'll keep another Psychic Puppetry. It's just free mana at this point. We'll play Merchant Scroll. This will get a Peer Through Depths. Okay. And now we will Peer Through Depths. And we can untap all of our lands with Psychic Puppetry now. Okay. We'll grab Ideas Unbound. We don't need the Stream of Thought yet. Any order. Yes, yes, yes. So we made a bunch of blue mana there. And now we'll Ideas Unbound. Untap our lands with the Puppetries. I think I forgot one. I might even be tapping these wrong. I don't even know. Move this Deep Analysis out of the way. That way all 4 of my Puppetries are near each other. We can make a bunch of mana here. We'll snap, pick up the Archaeomancer, untap, untap, replay the Archaeomancer, pick up Stream of Thought. How much mana can I make here? Probably a bunch. So that's 32 mana. Let's cast a Lorien. I probably shouldn't tap all my lands first, but it's okay. Cast another Lorien Revealed. We'll play Merchant Scroll. Actually, that doesn't grab anything I want anymore. Let's just play Preordained. 16 cards left. We'll bottom, keep a Lorien Revealed. Play the Lorien Revealed. Trying to move as quickly as I can. Alright, we found Ideas. We'll move this back down and then untap. Okay. Untap all of our lands. The 3 key is yes if you ever want to do that a little bit more quickly. We'll play our Archaeomancer. We'll grab High Tide. I'm just trying to move quickly at this point. We'll play High Tide, tap 2 lands, snap the Archaeomancer. So now you have infinite mana with a number of ways, actually, but it's okay. So we'll play the Archaeomancer again, grab High Tide again. My lands need to tap for more mana. We'll play High Tide. We'll tap for a bunch. 32 mana. We'll Ghostly Flicker on the 2 Archaeomancers. 16 minutes. Alright, so this will get back Ghostly Flicker, and this will get back Snap. Snap, bounce an Archaeomancer, untap, untap, make some more mana. 39 mana. We'll play Archaeomancer. I need to move more quickly here. I'm taking up too much time. Return Ideas Unbound. Ideas Unbound, and now we will Splice to untap. You have to be very good with your Magic Online mechanics for this. I am a little rusty. I haven't played Twiddle Storm in years. And now we'll tap for more mana. So that's 53. That's enough where we should be able to win here. So we'll target them. So 46. We need 11 copies in order to win. We'll target them with the Stream of Thought. And we're just going to mill them very quickly. I'm not even going to bother returning here because it doesn't matter. And then after you've decked them, you want to cast Deep Analysis targeting them so that way the game just ends. Okay, so they no longer have a deck. And now we target them with Deep Analysis. So you might be saying, why not just pass the turn? It's actually more time to pass the turn, because then I have to discard the Ideas Unbound a number of times. I don't want to do that, so we're not going to. And now we want to bring in our Deep Analysis because they are a refurbished familiar deck. Probably board out some consistency like the Preordains. And then I think you want some number of Dispel for their like Pyroblast type effects. Might be able to shave like 1 Archaeomancer. Maybe like 1 Psychic Puppetry. I'm not sure about that. It's either like that or like 1 Snap. I mean, Affinity's not a super fast deck. You could probably board out a couple snaps. Dispels. Is it crazy to keep triple Archaeomancer? Or maybe I should be like keeping in more Preordain. Board out an Archaeomancer. I've already boarded out 1 Puppetry. Maybe 4 Dispel is too many. Because like they're not usually a deck that has a lot of interaction. So 3 might be okay. And then board, like, keep 2 Preordain. This is probably fine. There's also an argument to maybe you're supposed to get rid of ghostly flickers. I'm not sure. I'm learning as I play this. Okay, so we need High Tide. And we have a couple lands. I mean, this is probably fine. 14 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock. We draw another island. We'll play Ponder. We'll take Ideas Unbound. Pass the turn. I think I'm going to cycle Lorien Revealed in my upkeep. There's the Now Spellbomb. Still don't care. Another bridge. Upkeep will cycle Lorien Revealed. Grab an island. We need to find High Tide. Snap. We'll play Ponder. Shuffle. Pass the turn. So right now we are just trying to find High Tide. They play Vault of Whispers and pass the turn. Sure. Play Island. Pass. Reckoner's Bargain. Sure. And they left open the bridge, so they probably have Pyroblast in hand. Galvanic Blast me. Sure. They play a Great Furnace. And I think I'm just going to go to my turn. Archaeomancer. Let's just see if I can get rid of the Now Spellbomb. Because if this clears the Now Spellbomb, I would consider that to be a win. Target Ponder. And they use the Spellbomb. Sure. Pass the turn. They play another bridge. We find one High Tide. I'm going to cycle the Lorien Revealed. Grab an island. Play it. We'll go to combat. Swing. Pass the turn. Land number 5. Another Spellbomb. Okay. Mirror Enforcer. Mirror Enforcer. Okay. End step. We'll Peer Through Depths, tapping bridge. Grab High Tide. Okay. And we find Peer Through Depths. I mean, I think that this is a spot where we try to go. Play High Tide. We'll play another High Tide. Ideas Unbound, Splice Psychic Puppetry. Untap Island. Yes. Okay, so I found my land. We'll play Preordain. Keep the Dispel. We're going to Peer Through Depths and tap the Now Spellbomb. So if they try to use it in response, I can Ghostly Flicker. Let's see if they pay the black. And now in response to this, I will Ghostly Flicker, Archaeomancer Island, return Ideas Unbound, and now Peer Through Depths. My spell fizzled. I didn't consider that. Okay, that's fine. We still got rid of the Spellbomb. And now I will Ideas Unbound, Splice Puppetry, untap Island. I didn't consider my Peer fizzling. Triple Island off that was not ideal. Let's snap the Archaeomancer. Untap 2 islands. We'll play Archaeomancer. Get back Ideas Unbound. And now we will Psychic Puppetry again. Well, Ideas Unbound plus Psychic Puppetry. That was a good one. Okay, so now we'll Peer Through Depths. Splice. We'll take Deep Analysis? Would have liked another arcane spell there. Okay, so I can Merchant Scroll. This shuffles the deck. Grab Peer Through Depths. We'll cast it. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Guess we take Ponder? Okay, untap. We'll play the Ponder. Here we go. Double Ideas Unbound is very good. 10 minutes on the clock. Ideas Unbound. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes. Ideas Unbound. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes. 22 cards left in deck. Okay, how do I want to do this? How much mana do I have total? 6? Would have liked to find more High Tides during all of this, but I guess I did use 2 of them already. I think I'm supposed to Preordain. Bottom both of these. Ideas Unbound. That was a very good find. Okay. We'll cast it. Splice. Yes. Another Stream of Thought. I'm like getting pretty close to fizzling here. We did not find a whole lot of mana this game. How many Peer Through Depths do I have? There's 1 in exile, 1 in graveyard, 2 in graveyard, 3 in graveyard. So I have no Peer Through Depths left. So I could Stream of Thought myself, but then I have to ponder into it. Stream of Thought myself. We'll put ideas. And now I have to ponder into an Ideas Unbound. And I bricked. So now we shuffle. And wow, I can't believe I missed. We just fizzled. I can't believe we just fizzled. So Psychic Puppetry, untap an island. Merchant Scroll. I don't know how I get out of this now. Grab Snap. Snap the Archaeomancer. That's 6 total mana. So close to winning this, too. 7 minutes. How do I do this? So getting snapback is a break even. So a Merchant Scroll. This gets Ghostly Flicker. Does that make mana? It might. That brings me up to 7. So that was plus 1 mana. Oh, my opponent just got bored and conceded. What? No way. Oh, this was a win because our Chaomancer gets back the Ghostly Flicker. That's infinite. Okay, they saw it before I did. Alright, so we accidentally found lethal. Because Ghostly Flicker plus our Chaomancer is the win. It just took me a second to get there. Alright, so my opponent was better than me this round, but we won anyway. Always a good sign. We're 1-0 in this Pauper League. Moxfield.com is the easiest way to build a Magic deck online. They support over 30 formats, including Legacy and many other Eternal formats. There are so many options to view decks the way that you want, from text view to individual cards, mana value, and even card price. There's also light mode and dark mode. My personal favorite feature is card tags. This way you can sort cards by function. Moxfield supports collection tracking, scryfall search, decklist feedback, and so much more. Follow me on Moxfield.com so you can stay updated on all of my decks. Match number 2, we're on the play. Yeah, keep 3 lands. We have to find a high tide, but this hand does things. We'll play Preordain. We find Psychic Puppetry. I think we keep both of these. We're high tide away from greatness, really 2, but I'll keep it. Seagate, they chose white. This is the gate where it's blue, so it's Cawgates. I'll just pass the turn. They play an island. This is not a matchup where we need to move quickly. They play the Modern Age. So something nice about the High Tide deck is you do not win with damage. Ooh, this is actually a problem for us. We do have Snap in our deck, though. Ideas Unbound. I mean, that was a good draw. I just need to find High Tide. Because this makes it so I have to target one of the bearer itself, and I can't just untap my lands with my Twiddle effects. They find a land. Squadron Hawk. Sure. End step will cycle Lorien Revealed, thin the deck a little bit. And then let's play Peer Through Depths, digging for that High Tide. We did not find it. We did find a Merchant Scroll, though. Okay, and now we'll untap, Deep Analysis, play our land, play the Merchant Scroll, find our High Tide. So I could, I'm just talking out loud here, I could go High Tide, snap, bounce your Squadron Hawk, and try to go off, but you really need Double Tide to win. So I think that line is very risky. I don't want to do that. Okay. They swing for 1. Sure. They have 7 cards in their hand. Land number 5. I'm just going to play Deep Analysis here. Like, if they're not going to pressure my life total, we can take our time. Muddle the Mixture was a good find here. Helps protect my combo. Basilisk Gate. So they're going to pump a creature here. And I think next turn is a turn where I probably want to try to win. So we'll take 6. Go down to 13. They should have left the islands untapped because those tap for more mana. And we find the other High Tide. This should be pretty simple. High Tide. We'll play another High Tide. And now we can play Ideas Unbound, Splice. Yes, untap. We'll play Peer Through Depths, Splice, untap. Take Ideas Unbound, shuffle. Or I guess those go on the bottom. Yes. Let's shuffle the deck because those were a lot of cards I want. So we're going to just transmute here. And I can still use this muddle for protection. We're going to grab a Psychic Puppetry, that way I can make some more mana. And I will use Ideas Unbound, Splice, Splice. Move the puppetries next to each other so it's a little bit easier moving forward. Yes, yes. So now I can Ideas Unbound again. Untap, untap. They use Counter Spell. I will show them Muddle the Mixture. Yes, yes. Okay. So I think we should Stream a Thought ourselves here. And then I'll put in Ideas Unbound, Peer Through Depths, and Peer Through Depths. And now I can play our Chaomancer. Get back the last Ideas Unbound. And we'll start twiddling. Twiddle, twiddle, twiddle. When I first started goldfishing lists today, I did not expect to be playing our Chaomancer. It was something that was suggested in the member section to me, and I was like, am I really going to play our Chaomancer? I don't think that card is good. I was definitely wrong. This card is better than I expected. We'll grab Ideas Unbound. We'll snap the Archaeomancer again. Untap, untap. And now we'll Ideas Unbound. Untap our lands. And now I have both Archaeomancers. So now the Ghostly Flicker is just infinite. Oh, and I found the Ghostly Flicker too. So we have the Ghostly Flicker plus the Archaeomancers. So I just need to figure out how to win quickly at this point. So I should just quit goofing around and just start going for it. Okay. So let's Ghostly Flicker the 2 Archaeomancers here. Get back Ghostly Flicker and a High Tide. Play High Tide. Ghostly Flicker. Get back Ghostly Flicker and High Tide. High Tide. And now I'll snap an Archaeomancer. And now our lands plus snap go infinite. So we have infinite mana as long as I'm willing to click through it. Get back snap. Untap, untap. Tap them again. Play Archaeomancer. Get back snap. We'll play the Ghostly Flicker. Get back Flicker. Get back High Tide. Trying to move as quickly as I can here. Play the High Tide. Play Ghostly Flicker. Get back High Tide again. I'm going to auto-yield to these. I probably should have done that sooner. Now I'll play High Tide. Play Snap. Untap, untap. Snap this Archaeomancer. Untap, untap. So now our lands tap for a bunch. So that's 26 mana. We'll play Peer Through Depths. 22 cards left. Puppetry. Puppetry. Take Ideas Unbound. At this point, you're just casting spells to help you make mana off of your Psychic Puppetries. We'll play Peer Through Depths. Puppetry. And Puppetry. Like, I'm sure that I'm not playing perfect. Like, I'm just trying to play fast at this point. We'll grab another High Tide. Play the High Tide. 47 mana. We'll play Ideas Unbound. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes, yes. And now we have enough mana to win. There's my Stream of Thought. I will cast it with Replicate Target You. We need 10 copies because they have 44 cards left in their deck. Okay. I probably had enough mana a few spells ago, actually. I was thinking about 60 for some reason. And now we just deck them. They have main deck Dispel. 16 minutes left on the clock. And I'm sure, like, I'll get faster at this as I play, but for right now, I'm learning as I go. They have no deck left. Target you with Deep Analysis. Okay, we did it. And we definitely want our Dispels. You probably could board out a few copies of Snap. Maybe one Ghostly Flicker. That still leaves you at 61. And I want at least a couple copies of Giga Drowse. So you could probably side out like 2 copies of Preordain. Maybe you're allowed to only board in like... The sideboard might not be right. I would just like to throw that out there because like I don't feel like I have enough cards. Like this might be enough right here. Like 2 Giga Drowse, 3 Dispel. But I don't know what else you put in your sideboard. Like I liked the idea of triple Deep Analysis against refurbished familiar decks, but it's just there's so much sideboard space and I don't know what to do with it. So I put 4 Dispel, 4 Hydroblast, Giga Drowse, but you might not need all of that. This seems like a wonderful hand. We will keep. They play a Seagate. We found the Psychic Puppetry. That was great. We'll Ponder looking for lands. And we find Dispel. Honestly, I like all of this, but we're going to Merchant Scroll next turn, so what don't I keep? I don't know. I could also just like draw through it, I suppose, but I don't know if we want to do that. Maybe we do. Play that. You know what? I'm going to shuffle. Merchant Scroll. I don't think we actually need double Psychic Puppetry, and if they counterspell this, that's fine too. They brainstorm in response. Okay. We'll go find the other High Tide. So we have the High Tides we need. They play another Gate. We would like to draw land 3 here. And we do. We'll just pass the turn. On their end step, I'll probably cycle Lorien Revealed. They create a treasure token. You've got it. They play a land. End step will cycle Lorien Revealed. Okay. Another Lorien Revealed. Transmute the Muddle the Mixture. We'll grab Ideas Unbound. Pass. They're going to make another treasure. Yep. End step will cycle the Lorien Revealed. This is definitely a spot where you want Merchant Scroll for Giga Drowse. Another High Tide. Pass the turn. Okay, more treasures. And another Brainstorm. In their upkeep, they cycle Lorien Revealed. I don't think it's right for us to just jam. I'm waiting for a better opportunity here. Preordain is fine. We'll cast that. We'll bottom the Psychic Puppetry, keep the Merchant Scroll. Let's try playing the Merchant Scroll. We'll grab a Giga Drowse. Pass the turn discarding the Ghostly Flicker. They create a treasure. My best draw next turn is actually just a land. So I would love to draw a land next turn. Another Heap Gate. Guardian of the Guild Pact. You've got it. Okay. They have 6 cards in their hand. We drew the island. Pass the turn. Actually, do I want to pass the turn? Yeah, I think so. 5 mana here for a Lorien Revealed. Sure. They play another gate. I don't even have to use my High Tide here. I was planning on if they just left a bunch of mana untapped, I was going to High Tide and then tap down things, but then they went and tapped 5 lands, so we'll tap 6 mana, and we will Giga Draws with Replicate. They're going to dispel the original. That's fine. I don't care. And now we will target their treasures. So something I considered was playing one main deck Giga Draws for Merchant Scroll. If the metagame ends up becoming very blue-based, I don't hate a main deck Giga Draws. I think it would be very reasonable. And apparently I Giga Drowsed wrong, and I left them with 1 open treasure. I do have a Dispel, so it's not the end of the world. We'll play High Tide. High Tide. I will Dispel. Yeah, that's my bad. I just replicated wrong. And now we'll High Tide. We have to hope that the draw 3 here off Psychic Puppetry is good. Yikes. That's what I have to say about that. Okay, so I'll play my land. Stream of Thought myself. I hit Deep Analysis. That was actually very good for me. And I think that's all I want to target here. Play Ponder. I think we keep these. Is 5 mana drawing those worth it? I don't know. Well, I shuffled and I hit Peer, so that was better. Psychic Puppetry. My gut told me to shuffle because I couldn't snap the Guardian in play either. We had Ideas Unbound. That was wonderful. And now I will Ideas Unbound again. Psychic Puppetry. Okay, so now we have a ton of mana here. As long as there's another Peer, we get to make a bunch of mana. There's 3 more Peers left in the deck. So I will Peer Through Depths. Psychic Puppetry. Finds another Peer Through Depths. We'll take it. So unfortunately, Peer Through Depths cannot take the Archaeomancer, which is definitely a card I would be interested in. We'll Peer Through Depths. Take Ideas Unbound. Any order. Yes. We'll make some more mana here. Ideas Unbound. Psychic Puppetry is so sweet. I love this card. We hit the Archaeomancer. Okay. We'll play the Archaeomancer. Get back Ideas Unbound. Target myself with Stream of Thought. And we need to put the other Stream of Thought back in the deck, along with some copies of Ideas Unbound. We'll do Peers. Peer is fine. I might have had enough mana to win there. I don't know. Just gotta believe in the heart of the cards, I guess. Ideas Unbound again. Yes. How much mana do I have? 47. So I don't think I would have had enough mana before. We will Peer Through Depths. So I think my play was right. I just didn't know it. We'll take another Peer Through Depths. This deck is sweet. Alright, they have 40 cards. I believe we have enough to win. We'll cast the Stream of Thought with Replicate. We need to replicate 9 times. Clicking as fast as I can. Okay, so we are targeting them. Here we go. And on the last one, I'll shuffle in a few more cards. And now we'll target them with Deep Analysis. And that's the ball game. So we are now 2-0 in this Pauper League with High Tide, the day of the unbanning. 3 matches left to play. Looking to make playing your favorite combo deck much easier? Look no further than the Epic Storm Mini Token Combo Pack, which is available at theepicstorm.com/shop for $14.99. This combo token pack comes with 84 double-sided tokens. That includes our classic Storm and mana tokens, as well as fan favorites such as Goblins, Squirrels, and Slime Time Live. But that's not all. We've expanded this token pack to cover a variety of formats with new tokens. Stop on by theepicstorm.com/shop and make an easy decision to elevate your combo game. For round number 3 of this Pauper League, we are on the play. So I have one land. I have Ponder. The Stream of Thought is basically a mulligan. I don't love the Ghostly Flicker. I think I'm actually going to mulligan this hand. It's just a little too slow. Into a hand with no lands. That's my punish. Okay, we'll go to 5. Keep this. Bottom the Ghostly Flicker and the Lorien Revealed. Alright, Ghostly Flicker, Lorien Revealed to the bottom. We'll play Island and Ponder. I think we like all of these. Forest. Alright, our opponent is on Walls combo. We'll play the Preordain. Yes! That was perfect. Play the Island, pass. They play a Winding Way. Tinderwall, Tuk Tuk Rumblefort. We draw the Psychic Puppetry, we'll cycle Lorien Revealed. Grab our Island, play it. And now we'll Merchant Scroll, go grab another High Tide. Pass the turn. So it's funny that we're facing walls. In between last match and this match, I went to go check the mail because I got a notification that my mail had been delivered. And in it, I sent these out to get signed. Japanese foil. You can't actually see because the green and the card in the green screen don't work. But Axebane Guardian, the card that my opponent just played, came back from being signed. I have Japanese foil walls and Pauper. And our opponent is threatening lethal, but I just drew a snap. So I could go all in right now. Or I can just be a little bit more patient and see if they try to win, and then I can snap their Axebane Guardian in response. They play a land. They play the Ceruli Caretaker. Tinderwall. Secret Door. They drift a Phantasm. So they have the win. They get freed from the reel. And I will show them the snap in my hand. Bounce your Axebane Guardian. Untap, untap. So I just fizzled their combo. We know that they have the Axebane Guardian, Tuk Tuk Rumblefort, and then one unknown card in their hand. Muddle the Mixture. I think we'll just transmute that this turn. We'll go grab another Ideas Unbound, and then next turn we'll try to win. They play the Axebane Guardian. Okay. Peer Through Depths. We have plenty of resources. This should work. High Tide. Ideas Unbound. We'll splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes. We'll play our Island. Play High Tide. We'll play Ideas Unbound. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Yes. Play Ponder. Wow, I like 2 of these cards. We'll take the High Tide. Play High Tide. Play the Ponder because I want that Psychic Puppetry. Another Ideas too. That's great. And now we'll Peer Through Depths. Double Splice. We'll take the Ideas Unbound. Let's move these puppetries closer. Put the Island over here. And now I will Ideas Unbound. We'll double on tap. Yes, yes. Another Peer Through Depths. Drawing 2 islands there wasn't the best, but beggars can't be choosers. Take another Ideas Unbound. Okay, and now we will Ideas Unbound again. Yes, yes. We find Archaeomancer. We'll play the Archaeomancer and another Psychic Puppetry. Return the Ideas. We have next to infinite mana here. Okay, on tap. Move some of these islands around. I say that, and then I moved a card I actually care about. Okay. Let's Merchant Scroll to see what I can grab. We're out of Ideas Unbound, so I'll grab Peer Through Depths. Actually, let's just play the Lorien Revealed. I have so much mana. Island, Island, Ponder. We'll play the Ponder. Keep this. We should have enough resources to win now. We'll play Lorien Revealed. Stream of Thought, target myself. We'll pick up Ideas Unbound, Ideas Unbound, Ideas Unbound, and the Archaeomancer. And now I will peer, target my islands. We'll take Lorien Revealed. We'll play Lorien Revealed. 17 cards left in deck. 28 mana. Let's Deep Analysis, targeting myself. We'll play Archaeomancer. Get back High Tide. Play Archaeomancer. Get back High Tide. High Tide. High Tide. Ghostly Flicker. Return Ghostly Flicker and Ideas Unbound. Auto Yield. We'll Peer Through Depths. I'm sorry, Ideas Unbound. I'm just like trying to click fast here. I don't even know if I'm making sense anymore. Okay, 9 cards left in library. We'll make a bunch of mana. They have 44 cards left in their deck. I have 43 mana. Not quite enough yet. 6 cards left in my library. We found the last Psychic Puppetry. So I get to untap all 4 of my lands here. 3 cards left in my library. Apparently I targeted my spells wrong there. 51 mana should be enough. Alright, so we're going to replicate Stream of Thought. Okay. Just trying to click quickly. Okay, and now our Storm spell, aka Replicate spell, has resolved. And we're just decking them as fast as we can. And our opponent concedes. Okay, nice. Whew, mulligan to 5 still got there. I don't believe we want to sideboard at all here. I mean, I guess I could bring in the Echoing Truth, if that's something we want. I could bring in the Echoing Truth over, like, one of the Ghostly Flickers. It's just another thing to ensure that they don't, like, kill me super fast. I guess that's fine. This deck is sweet. Yeah, this hand is great. We will keep great hands. Alright, turn 1 Cerulli Caretaker. We'll play our Island, pass. Bryant Ranger. So they can make a mana. They can then return the forest. They can untap this Cerulli Caretaker. And now they play a Leaf Caller. But that doesn't get them to a wall that makes mana. Another High Tide. That was good. We'll play Merchant Scroll. This can go grab the Peer Through Depths. And honestly, we could try for a turn 3 win. I don't know if we will, but we could try. They use the Bryant Ranger or the Axebane Guardian. Okay. So I think we probably do want to push it here. We'll play High Tide. We'll play another High Tide. Let's bounce the Axebane Guardian. If they have like a Dispel here, I'd be blown out. But that's not a card that Walls typically plays. And now I can Peer Through Depths and Psychic Puppetry. 5 mana floating. We'll take Ideas Unbound. That's a very good 5 cards. I don't love that all of those are going to the bottom. We will Ideas Unbound on tapping another island. And Ideas Unbound again. Psychic Puppetry. 2 lands in Deep Analysis was not amazing there. Let's play Preordain. The opponent pausing a lot. Like, if you have something, go for it, but I don't know if they do. We'll bottom the Echoing Truth, keep Ideas Unbound. Ideas Unbound again on tap. So that's 3 of the 4 Ideas Unbound. Another High Tide. We like that. We will bounce the Cerulli Caretaker. Untap, untap. And then Lorien Revealed. I would like to draw 3 more. Another Snap. Okay. We'll bounce the Bryant Ranger. Mana is not a problem right now. Untap, untap. Stream of Thought. Target myself. Shuffle in Ideas Unbound. Ideas Unbound. Ideas Unbound. And the Archaeomancer. Let's ponder. I think we keep this. The Muddle of the Mixture is just a really expensive Ideas Unbound, and I think that's okay. So we'll transmute. We'll grab Ideas Unbound. And now I'll play it. Splice. Ooh, another Psychic Puppetry and another Snap. So now we'll bounce the Leaf Caller. I think at this point we've got it. So now I can Preordain. Keep. We'll play the Archaeomancer. Pick up Ideas Unbound. And now we will Ideas Unbound. Psychic Puppetry. Move these closer together. Yes. Another Archaeomancer. And you can Echoing Truth your Archaeomancers. Yeah. They're going to Fairy Macabre here. Sure. That's fine. So we will Merchant Scroll. Weird that they didn't do that sooner. We'll grab Peer Through Depths. And we will Peer Through Depths. Untap our 2 lands. So we're going to have a turn 3 through Fairy Macabre. We'll grab another Ideas Unbound. We'll put 2 Psychic Puppetries on the bottom, which is a little bit of a bummer, but okay. And now Ideas Unbound. Yes. Lorien Revealed. Play High Tide. We'll Ghostly Flicker the island. Actually, no. We'll Ghostly Flicker on the 2 Archaeomancers. Return Ghostly Flicker. Return island. And the opponent concedes. We have not dropped a game yet. We are now 3-0 with High Tide combo and Pauper. If you're still watching, make sure to give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. While you're near the description, here's a reminder to use our affiliate links if you're going to make a purchase from Amazon, Card Hoarder, or TCG Player. Just above those affiliate links, you'll find our social channels. Make sure to join those to connect with us. Round number 4, we're on the draw. I'm going to keep. We have lands. We have a way to go grab a High Tide. This seems fine enough. Urza's Tower, okay. Land number 5, probably not what we want. They cycle Lorien Revealed, so blue Tron. Another deck that benefited today from the unbannings by gaining Prophetic Prism. Speaking of which, one of the worst cards to ever be banned in my opinion. Another Lorien Revealed, not a great hand. We'll play Merchant Scroll, go grab a High Tide, pass the turn. They play Urza's Mine. We draw a Preordain, we'll play Island. Bottom the Stream of Thought, we'll keep Preordain, play the Preordain, and I think we'll keep both of these. Pass the turn. They play a Molten Tributary. We'll play Island, pass. And it looks like they're going to miss their land drop. I'll play Peer Through Depths. They prohibit. Okay. Sure. We'll play another Peer Through Depths. And another prohibit. So this sets me up to untap and slam a Lorien Revealed. We drew another High Tide. That was wonderful. We'll play Lorien Revealed. And we have stocked back up. Love it. 4 mana here. Oh, they're thinking about it again. Urza's Tower, leaving open a blue mana. Murmuring Mystic. Sure. Archaeomancer. So if I play a bunch of things here, I could open them up to having a counterspell because they left this untapped. So I could go High Tide, High Tide. I mean, I think that this is my window, so I'll play High Tide. We'll play another High Tide. We'll play Archaeomancer. Get back Peer Through Depths. And then I'll play the Peer Through Depths. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Grab Ideas Unbound. Untap. Ideas Unbound again. There we go. And now we will Ideas Unbound. Splice Psychic Puppetry. Splice Psychic... Excuse me, Psychic Puppetry. I mean, I'm still sick. Bear with me. Yes, yes. Let's move the Psychic Puppetries closer together. We will bounce the Archaeomancer. Untap, untap. Play Archaeomancer. Return Ideas Unbound. And now we'll do it again. Untap, untap. We'll Peer Through Depths. I think Archaeomancer was the consistency piece that I wasn't aware of or thinking of, because I think it's just been so good. Being able to just have more copies of Ideas Unbound is really why the card is so effective. And now we'll play another Archaeomancer. Return Ideas Unbound. And now I will Ideas Unbound again. 1 mana floating. We will Ghostly Flicker. Return Ghostly Flicker and Ideas Unbound. Yeah, who's the better Flicker deck now, Tron? And we'll Ideas Unbound. My opponent just asked if my win condition is Stream of Thought. I think they're going to concede. We drew another Ideas Unbound. And they do in fact concede. Sweet. Okay, so I don't think that this is as good of a Giga Draws deck. I mean, it could be. But I wonder if Dispel is just better. So we want Dispel. Board out 1 Ghostly Flicker. Probably at least a couple copies of Snap. Yeah, I wonder if the sideboard is just wrong. There's too much for blue. Like, there's not enough to board out here. So, like, we could shave a couple copies of Preordain for, like, 2 Giga Draws. Or maybe it should just be 1 Giga Draws, just for your Merchant Scroll. I don't know. Let's try this. Game number 2, we will keep effectively a 4-land hand with the Lorien Revealeds. They play a blue-green tap land. We'll play Island, pass the turn. Psychic Puppetry was a fine draw, but not one we needed. They cycle Lorien Revealed. We'll do the same on their end step. They grab a Molten Tributary. We'll cycle the Lorien Revealed. Grab an Island. Play Island. Another Lorien Revealed. Prophetic Prism. We'll cycle Lorien Revealed. Grab another Island. Did you hit your land? They did. Urza's Tower. Preordain. I'm going to just transmute Lorien Revealed. Or I'm sorry, transmute Muddle the Mixture here. And I think we're going to go grab Merchant Scroll. Pass the turn. When I was building my deck list, I wasn't sure if I wanted Muddle the Mixture in there. And then in my test games before I really got going, I was just so impressed by Muddle the Mixture that I kept it in. Let's play the Merchant Scroll. See if it resolves. Looks like the answer is no. Okay. Preordain. The Impulse and Response. I think we keep both of these. Play the Ponder. Yeah, this seems great. Pass. Urza's Mine. 4 mana, 5 mana for Mnemonic Wall, so they're tapping out. Bold decision. I mean, if I had a high tide, I could really punish them here, but I don't. So I can play my island. Lorien Revealed. I'd have to discard a card. Maybe it's worth it. We'll slam the Lorien Revealed. Discard Archaeomancer. Another Prophetic Prism. Okay. They play another land. 4 cards in their hand. We find Merchant Scroll. I'll play it. We know that they have a Pyroblast. I will Dispel. Merchant Scroll. What are you doing here? Ephemerate. Oh, I should have countered that with the Dispel. Oh, I'm an idiot. Because now they're going to be able to get back the Pyroblast next turn. I should have countered the Ephemerate. That was a misplay by me. My bad. That was just a bad move. We'll grab a High Tide. Play Ponder. Shuffle this. I punted. They shouldn't have this Ephemerate here. That's just my bad. And now they get back the Ephemerate because I'm a dummy. They have 4 cards in their hand. 4 mana. 3 mana now. 4 again. What are you doing? The Ephemerate. Sure. This gets back the Pyroblast. And they just pass. Ghostly Flicker. They still have the Ephemerate in exile. Right? I think I'm supposed to just pass the turn. I really messed up by not counterspelling that Ephemerate. Teachings. Sure. They find another Pyroblast. So now Ephemerate. I could try to use the Snap now just to draw one of the Pyroblast, but then they can get it right back. So I don't think that's a good move. And now they get back the Ephemerate. They find Urza's Power Plant. So that gives them Tron. End step, I'll play Peer Through Depths. Yeah, I missed my window of this game. Like, I just threw it. I should have countered the Ephemerate. You might be saying, why not Splice Psychic Puppetry? I want this to resolve. I feel like if I splice Psychic Puppetry on here, they would be more inclined to counterspell it. And they do Pyroblast. We find another Peer. Pass the turn. And now they're going to try to Ephemerate. And I'm going to try to Snap here. Because now this draws out the other Pyroblast that we know that they have. Alright, so both Pyroblasts are currently in the graveyard. This Ephemerate happens. They get back 1 Pyroblast. And now they're going to Teachings. I'm going to Peer right now. Didn't find anything I really wanted. I guess I'll take a High Tide. I was hoping for a Dispel or one of our Giga Draws. The Ghostly Flicker seems really bad in this spot too. So now Mnemonic Wall. This gets back the Ephemerate. They have Unwind in their hand too. They play Expedition Map. I was just playing way too quickly and it cost me this game, I think. And now the Ephemerate gets back the Pyroblast. So they have double Pyroblast Unwind. Another Psychic Puppetry. We'll just pass. So it's not impossible for me to win this game, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And they just draw and pass. We'll play Island, pass. They Mystical Teachings. They find Ghostly Flicker. They cycle a Lorien Revealed. We draw another land, play it and pass. Ghostly Flicker now. They get to Mnemonic Wall plus Prophetic Prism. This draws a card. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to board out this Ghostly Flicker, because if this was any of my other sideboard cards, like a Dispel or a Giga Draws, I'd be in a much better spot. They finally play a Win Condition. They discard Muldrifter. We just draw another land. Pass. Ghostly Flicker. Okay, now they attack for 1. Another island. Okay, pass the turn. We only have 5 more lands left in the deck. They create another bird with the Ghostly Flicker. And at this point, I think I'm going to make them kill me. Because, like, I'm not out of this. I could draw Giga Draws and really get back in this game. And now they Ephemerate. They return with the Mnemonic Wall. Now they attack for 3. I go to 16. Dispel. Not quite good right now. We're going to discard the Ghostly Flicker. So they played a Ghostly Flicker, and now they're playing Ephemerate, just trying to get more birds to kill me with. And now they Impulse. Discard Ghostly Flicker. Now they target their wall. They attack for 7. So they will have lethal next turn. End step. We will Psychic Puppetry with Splice. Tapping their prisms. And the Conduit Pylons, because they only have 1 red mana source. So if we can cut them off these, it actually helps me. They have 9 cards in hand, so they would have had to discard anyway. So I think I'm going to just let this happen. And you might be thinking, why not wait until after they discard? That you can't do that. That is not a part of the rules of Magic. Another High Tide. Okay, let's play a High Tide. They let it happen. What about another High Tide? So they're not going out after the mana at all. So I think that means I lose, because I know that they have double counterspell still in their hand. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to win. Let's just go to the next one. Like, we haven't even seen them play a Prohibit yet, and we saw 2 of those in game 1. They also have Mystical Teachings and another Mystical Teachings in their hand. So I'll bring in the Dispel. We probably want the other Giga Draws. We'll get rid of the Ghostly Flicker. I'm just worried about fizzling by drawing all this stuff, but they had so much interaction. That was my first game loss, too, by the way. So no perfect league. I wonder if it's better to have 1 Snap or Ghostly Flicker. Probably the 1 Snap. Or I could... No, we'll just do this. This is fine. So I guess there is one matchup where I'm going to use all 7 blue cards. If it's right, I have no idea. But they had a lot of interaction there. And I couldn't find Giga Draws. There's 2 of them in the deck. We drew down to 28 cards. I saw 1 Merchant Scroll, which I think was even counterspelled. Alright, game 3. Double Puppetry, 1 land. I don't think I'm allowed to keep this. We will keep Bottom the Snap. Play Island, Ponder. We'll keep this. Okay. There's this Tower. I think I want the Merchant Scroll on top of the deck, so I'm not going to shuffle right now. There's this Power Plant into Energy Refractor. Yep. Play Merchant Scroll. We'll go grab High Tide. And then I'm going to try to save some time here. I'm just going to shuffle with the Lorien Reveal. Go grab my Island. Pass the turn. And they had Natural Tron plus Energy Refractor. Dispel. We'll play Merchant Scroll. Mystical Teachings. They find Pyroblast. I think I'm going to dispel the Pyroblast. Merchant Scroll. Go grab Psychic Puppetry. Pass the turn. Prophetic Prism. Okay. Another Urza's Tower. We find Island. Pass the turn. And they Ghostly Flicker. So they'll draw 2 cards off that. So now they have 8 cards in hand. They find an Island. Mole Drifter. And now they Ephemerate. I'm going to respond to Ephemerate. I'm going to Peer Through Depths, Splice Psychic Puppetry. I would like this to resolve. They Prohibit. Okay. So Mole Drifter is now in play. They play a map. So this could be a window for me, but it really depends on what I draw here. We'll play the Ponder. Giga Draws. Okay. So I think we're going to play it a little bit more slowly. We'll play the Island. Pass. They use the map. It's Bazooka Bog. Sure. Ephemerate. They draw 2 off the Mole Drifter, so they've seen a lot of cards this game. And there's the Bog. Yep. And they're just going to go to cleanup and discard 3 cards, 3 lands. Okay. So we have the Giga Draws. End step, it looks like a flashback Mystical Teachings. They find Pyroblast. Okay, so on the end step, they cycled a Remote Isle. Now they attack with the Mole Drifter. I know that my top card is an Island. So if they don't tap some lands here, I'm not going to go for it. Mnemonic Wall. I mean, this could be a window. Alright, so we'll Giga Draws target the Urza's Tower. Target this Urza's Tower. So the one in the middle isn't being targeted. This is so, like, so this one is targeting that one. This one's targeting this one. So I guess I click same targets. I'm not sure. We'll target Bazooka Bog and this one. I don't know what the right solution is here. They tap all their lands. They made a blue. So they could have an Unwind. They Teachings in response. And they grab the Unwind. So now they should let all these resolve down to the original and then unwind their lands. Ah, that's brutal. I think they've got me. So they should let all these resolve, but it looks like they're going to unwind now. So now we're down to the original Giga Draws. They float in more mana. I don't know what their game plan is here. You have another unwind? They've made white mana. Now they can ephemerate and get back that first unwind. Okay. They did it wrong the first time, but they figured it out as they went, which is, you know, part of Magic. Like, that happens. So I do not think I'll be getting the 5-0 this league, unfortunately. Yep. We know that our opponent has Pyroblast in hand, so I think I'm just locked out. Let's play Ideas Unbound. See if I can draw like an insane 3 cards that allow me to win. Nope. Okay, I'm gonna save myself some time here. I've lost. I understand that. So we're 3-1 now. Unfortunate. Let's just keep our head up high and try to win match number 5. With Card Hoarder, renting your favorite combo deck has never been easier. There isn't a more affordable solution for Magic Online. Want to play the deck in this video? Check out the pinned comment below to easily rent the deck from Card Hoarder. Did you know you can rent the Epic Storm from Card Hoarder for as little as 7 tickets a week? The final round, we are on the draw. I'm going to keep this hand. I mean, 4 lands plus a High Tide is pretty good. And our opponent plays a basic forest into Arbor Elf. So what I'm looking for now is another High Tide and then a Psychic Puppetry, and then we're good to go. Likely Gruul ramp, but we'll see. Wild Growth. Okay, well, they've destroyed my island. That's not cool. Alright, so I still have 3 lands in my hand. We find Preordain. We'll play it. Think we're supposed to keep both of these? I'm not sure. So you might be saying, why would you keep those? Well, the idea is that the, what is it called? Muddle the Mixture finds Psychic Puppetry. That is why you would keep it. Alright, so they have a bunch of mana here. Boarding Party. That's not cool. They find a Malevolent Rumble. Oh, so they're actually on Panza. They're not even on Gruul Ramp. So this is a much worse matchup for me than what I expected. Okay. So they attack for 6. Yeah, we're going to be in trouble here. Cycle the Lorien Revealed. Yeah, I don't think I can win this. Maybe I needed to cycle the Lorien Revealed in my upkeep. Their start was so good. 7 mana. Annoyed Altasaur. Into a Eldrazi Repurposer, which is a Gruul Ramp card. So maybe they're on like a hybrid list? You normally don't see Thermokarst in lists that also have Eldrazi Repurposer. So they're representing lethal. I don't know how I could possibly win this, but we're going to try. I think my best draw by far is Psychic Puppetry, and then we figure it out from there. We draw our Chaomancer. I'm not feeling too optimistic, so we'll play High Tide. And Ideas Unbound. Not good enough. Okay, so we lose game number 1. Unfortunate. Board out Ghostly Flicker. You need a couple cards like Dispel. Like you want a few Dispel, like 1 or 2, just for the Pyroblast effects. Maybe board out 1 Preordain. We'll try this. That game was not how I wanted the final match to begin. Sure, we'll keep. Drawing Stream of Thought in your opening hand isn't what I love, but you need a way to win the game, and well, Stream of Thought is that. It's similar in like Legacy, how you never want to open hand your Tendrils of Agony. Same idea. We'll bottom the Ghostly Flicker. And I think we keep Snap? I'm not sure. Forest. And Wild Growth. Play the Ponder. We'll shuffle that. Psychic Puppetry, okay. So now we need to find High Tide. Ideally 2 High Tides. They play a Rumble. They hit another Rumble, and then Forest, Arbor Elf, Avenging Hunter. Yeah, it seems so weird to me that they would be playing land destruction in the Rumble deck, because, like, Thermokarst isn't a hit-off Rumble, so I think their deck is like a hybrid list, but there's some anti-synergy going on there. But people... I'm not saying this because I lost. Like, I lose all the time, don't get me wrong. But people can play whatever they want, whatever makes them happy. I truly believe in that. I'm just pointing out some possible deck construction flaws. They play a forest. They chose the forest off the Rumble. Play the island. Pass the turn. They cycle Generous Ent. They find a wooded ridgeline. So I guess they need red mana. That's their bottleneck here, because they have like a Pyroblast or something. And they have Thermokarst. We'll cycle our Lorien Reveal to go grab another. Alright, so we've picked up our island. Thermokarst will destroy the island we have on the battlefield. And they play their Wooded Ridgeline. Deep Analysis that I can't play because they destroyed my island. So I think we're supposed to pass here. They play an Arbor Elf. And they're destroying another one of my lands. Yup. Oh, brutal. Merchant Scroll. We'll play it. Go grab High Tide. Pass the turn. So yeah, the Ponza deck, admittedly, very good against Tide, especially when I'm only playing 14 lands. So this league, I was hoping for a 5-0, 10-0. We started out really hot. I mean, there's still a chance I win this. It's just not super probable. The Tron deck had way more interaction than I expected. I also kind of punted the second game. I think if I had countered the Ephemerate, there was a really, really good chance we win. But that's probably on me. And then this match, we're just getting ran over. Writhing Chrysalis, sure. And another Thermokarst. Why are you like this? Why do you hate me? Ah, this is devastating. We draw the other Stream of Thought. Ugh. Okay. They have a lot of mana here. Boarding Party, yep. Into another land destruction effect. I've seen enough. We can call it. Alright, so 3-2. Not super broken. I mean, the deck felt very broken the first half of the league, not going to lie. So I think there's some issues to be had with the sideboard. I think the sideboard is the biggest area for improvement. I would definitely 100% keep triple deep analysis. I think you really want those for the refurbished familiar matchups. And then after that, I'm not married to anything. I think you probably want at least one Giga Drowse for your Merchant Scroll, but I'm open to changing things. So if you have ideas on how to improve the sideboard, let me know. But I loved the main deck. Thank you for watching. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, keep storming. What you should do is like, comment, and subscribe because there's no better way to support us. And if you enjoyed this video, head over to moxfield.com and follow us there. It's truly the best deck website on the internet. We update all of our decks there regularly with the latest and greatest technology, so you're always up to date. Once again, go check out Moxfield, and thank you for watching.